Good morning, everyone. We got the bikes loaded up, the chains lubed, and we're going to get some breakfast, and then we're going to hit the TransAmerica Trail. Join us in this episode. This one might be combined with another day because it's going to be a short one today. We have just a short ride on the highway this morning before heading up into the mountains. We'll be crossing over the Sawatch Range. In this location, the TransAmerica Trail takes us by Mount Uray. At 13,971 feet, Mount Uray will be the tallest peak in our vicinity today. We climbed steadily until we reached the turnoff to Marshall Pass. From the turnoff, we go into a rapid climb which gives one a great view of the area that you just rode through. There are other roads that run up to Marshall Pass. However, I don't know how well they're maintained, and they appear very, very rugged. Some of them may not actually go all the way through. So I would stick to the main road here. I can let you know that the road's really nice and well maintained. Here's the view I was talking about. How beautiful, isn't it? You can look back out over the valley and see the adjoining mountain ranges across the valley. It's a way cool climb here. I believe this lake is O'Haver Lake. There is a campground run by the U.S. Forest Service. The campground is open between May 19th and October 15th. It does require reservations at certain times of the year, but boy, what a beautiful spot. The mountain in front of us is Mount Uray. Mount Uray is just 29 feet shy of being in that 14,000 foot club. Stunning just doesn't seem to quite be enough to describe it. There were just a couple places like this where the road was a little more narrow and a little rougher, but still easily passable. Marshall Pass Road really is well maintained, and you'll have no problems getting through. Our ride in the fall season helped with the weather. It wasn't too hot and the snow was just over the horizon. But the fall colors were near their peak. I just don't get tired of seeing the fall colors. At 10,842 feet of elevation, Marshall Pass sits at the Continental Divide. On the east side, in the San Isabel National Forest, water flows to the Atlantic Ocean. On the west side, in the Gunnison National Forest, all water flows to the Pacific Ocean. What a cool ride to check off your bucket list. From Marshall Pass, we descend gradually to the little unincorporated town of Sargents. Our elevation gives us a great overview of the Gunnison National Forest. If you are arriving late in the season and snow is already on the ground, I would check ahead of time to see if Marshall Pass is even open. I'm quite sure there are seasonal closings due to snow. In the Mississippi woods, I talked about an enchanted forest. How's this for an enchanted forest in Colorado? It's just absolutely unbelievable, these aspens. Aspens have kind of a unique story to them, too. A stand of aspen trees is considered one organism. The root system can lie dormant for years before a sapling appears. Each tree in the stand is a replicant of the other trees in the stand. The oldest known aspen clone has been around for 80,000 years and is located in Utah's Fish Lake National Forest. In 1881, the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad came to Marshalltown, now named Sargent's. The rail line started in Denver, crossed the Continental Divide at Marshall Pass, and eventually was completed all the way to Salt Lake City in Utah. The Sargent's train depot was significant because they had a roundhouse, turntable, and water tower. Helper engines were housed at Sargent's and used to assist heavily laden trains over Marshall Pass. The line was used to export ore and timber. Passengers used the line to access the mining camps and towns along its route. In 1940, passenger service was cut, and in 1955, the entire line was shut down. Today, U.S. Highway 50 crosses the Continental Divide between Salida and Gunnison, Colorado. Sargent's, sitting about halfway between the two, still makes for a good waypoint for travelers. As we come out of the highlands, the road takes us right along Marshall Creek. We'll follow this all the way to Sargent's. Marshall Creek does boast trout fishing, so those trucks we passed earlier, I don't know if those were fishermen or hunters, but since they were right along Marshall Creek here, I imagine they might have been fishing. We can see Sargent's now, and we'll be stopping there to take a little bit of a break and get off the bikes. It's a great place to stop. We also run into a fellow adventure rider who's out on vacation, hitting as many of the back areas that he can. He's from West Virginia, so let's listen in.
A heel Knox chair somewhere on the pit. I have a
What is it?
My Crocs. I had a Helinox
Yeah.
little chair.
I know exactly what that is.
Oh,
We got
okay.
some.
And I went back to my Crocs, found one, never did find the other.
No.
Started last Monday, crisscrossed through here. I'm headed to Lake City now.
Yeah.
You guys head there? Or?
We're going to Gunnison
Okay.
for now, and then we'll be back up in here tomorrow.
I went up through Pitkin,
Uh-huh.
Tincup, crossed over up to Cottonwood, then went over to Uray then behind Buffalo Peaks.
Cool.
It's no definite route, it's crisscrossing everywhere. And
Right, yeah.
I've hunted and hiked out here, and I figured for one to bring a motorcycle out. And
Allows you to cover more territory, see more. So what's your name?
my name's Richie from Huntington, West Virginia.
And what do you do, if you don't mind me
I'm an
asking?
RN. I work at St. Mary's Medical Center and open heart surgery.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sherry just retired from nursing. She was a med surg. We just got to be grandparents, so we're
Yeah.
pretty stoked about that.
don't mention that yet. My oldest is a sophomore, a junior in college this year.
Changing subjects a little bit. We did the TransAmerica Trail through West Virginia, and
Okay.
it is absolutely
yeah.
beautiful.
I'm telling you, right now, well, actually about 2 weeks when all the leaves
Leaves.
get up there is the best time to ride.
Right.
There's a trail called the IMAP,
Uh-huh.
Infamous Adventures. Has a trail laid out, and it does, it's about 550 miles altogether. It's got 3 loops, one around the New River Gorge,
Uh-huh.
one around Greenbrier County, Lewisburg area, and then one higher elevation at the Round Rock Waterfalls. And you camp centrally located around Cranberry Glades and do all 3 loops from that.
So it's called IMAP.
IMAT, infamous, IMAT, infamous
Okay.
Adventures.
Yeah.
What kind of bike do you have?
I've got my DRZ. I've got a KTM 990, but I don't feel like picking it up all the time.
Right. No, I tell people that all the time. I said, you know, yeah, the big bikes are nice, but I said, you'd be smarter to have a lighter one. Yesterday, and oh my goodness, I mean, you had ruts about this deep, big exposed rocks. It was northeast of Salida. There's a road that goes up into the mountains out of Salida, and it crosses over and goes to a little town called Cotopaxi. Yeah.
Okay, now let me tell you my story about that. Okay, I went when I was coming up from Aguilar, coming to Cotopaxi, crossed 50, and I'm going to be there. And it's a pretty steep boy hill, rutted out, big rocks and everything. Halfway up it, I heard a big clank. I thought, oh crap, chain tensioner, something's busted in it. Shut the bike off. Couldn't get off the bike. I mean, it's just, I'm on that big old road.
Right.
I'm looking around, no oil pulling out. I started back up, not hearing any noise. So something broke. About 100 yards, I rode the top of the hill, I get up there, and if I hit a bump, I would hear it again. I thought, what the crap is that? Get up, put the kickstand down, and I'm looking at everything. Clutch is working, everything works good. Still can't figure it out. Get on, ride another 2 miles, and it sounded like my engine's coming out. Pull it off again, my chain guard broke loose, and was stuck between my back wheel in my frame, and I didn't notice it.
You won't be the first one that's had that happen.
Yeah.
I noticed if I hit a bump, it was worse.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm going with my mind, but everything's working.
I
What's
was
going
thinking
on
your
with it?
shocks or something.
And my chain
Nice
guard-
part about it's easy fix, just rip that thing out of there.
Well, the piece still hanging on right there. Took my knife and cut it off. And stuck it in the bag, threw it in the trash can. I got the Salida.
Right.
This right here is the traveling moose.
All right.
My daughter gave it to me when she was 11. When I was in 2011, when she was 5 years old,
Cute.
I came out here, and she thought that I would die, so she gave me a good luck charm.
Aw.
It's been to 17 countries and 46 states so far.
Perfect.
And it needs Alaska, Washington, Maine, and California. That's all it hasn't been.
That's pretty sweet of you.
That is my
That
trap.
is
It has been in
neat.
my pocket. It goes absolutely everywhere I go. It's always with me. It's been floating down the Arkansas River, and I had to jump up a raft to get it.
At least it floats.
At least it floats. I left it on top of, we climbed a 14er, Handy's Peak, down in American Basin. And I take pictures of it wherever I go for her. And I set it up, and I was about a mile and a half off the peak, and realized I forgot it. Had to turn around and walk back up to get it.
Yep.
So that was not fun, but
Oh, funny.
Wow, what a fun time we had talking to Richie. What a great guy, great family man. And we were so lucky to bump into him. It's these experiences that we have, that we talk with people along the way, that really helps enhance our ride. We wish Richie all the best and Godspeed. We discontinue our ride on the TransAmerica Trail and jump on the highway and head to Gunnison for the evening. Tomorrow we'll come right back up the highway in the opposite direction and get back on the trail to make a loop up in the mountains. But for now, we're going to take it easy for the rest of the day.
Here's our parking spots at the end of the day. Our room is up here. It's actually like 3 separate bedrooms. We've got one full-size bed and 3 twins. More than enough. These beautiful flowers here. The Western Hotel. Some beautiful flowers. I think these might be called hollyhocks. And these marigolds I used to grow when I lived in Indiana. They are just beautiful. So this is my end of the day, obviously in the middle of the day. We ended our ride a little early, just in case. Had another great ride on those mountain trails. Just so much fun. We didn't see any animals today. And we had a few challenging sections, not quite as bad as yesterday, but it was still so much fun and so beautiful. I just kept saying that over and over. So we're really looking forward to tomorrow.
Hey everyone, it's time to call it a day. We made it to Gunnison, Colorado here, and we're going to go back up into the mountains tomorrow and do another pass and come right back to Gunnison here. We have the hotel for 2 nights, and it's a pretty nice little room. It's got like 3 separate sleeping areas, but the parking is a little funky in that we're parking up in the grass underneath the trees. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's where we're at for tonight. Tomorrow we're back up into the mountains. Hey, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. That really helps us out a lot. Take care.